All right. Sagittarius, here we go. So Sagittarius, don't you remember that promise that you made? Sagittarius, you remember being in your room? Some of you might have been sitting in your car, but being in your room and talking about, please, if I could just have one more chance, please. If you could just have them come back to me, please. Do you remember that? I know you remember the promise that you made. And the promise was that you wouldn't allow somebody to treat you that way. The promise had to be in reference to not wanting to settle for less. The promise for Sagittarius had to be, please, I won't do the extended things that I did before. I won't go out on a limb for something. I won't push myself in the situation. I won't try to take control of something. I won't take it for granted. I won't misuse my power. I won't. Remember all these different promises. There's so many different people. Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising. There's so many different people that made so many different promises to God, and God heard what you said. Now, hey, HF. So now some of you, it is true that where Sagittarius is concerned, or where you are concerned, and here it goes. Some of you wanted to have your cake and eat it too. Now, this is either you, Sag, or your partner. But somebody wanted to have their cake and eat it too. Somebody wasn't sure what they really wanted out of the whole thing. Somebody knew they wanted you, or you knew you wanted them, but you weren't sure how much you wanted. You weren't sure how much you were willing to bite off. You weren't sure how much of a commitment you could make. You weren't sure what promises you could make to this person. You were not sure where this was going to go. You were doing this day by day. You were allowing your emotions, your feelings, and everything to be, I want to say stagnant. What I mean by that stagnant is the way you felt for the person that you were in love with, or are still in love with, the way that you felt. You allowed it to just continue, yes, but you didn't do anything else. You didn't take it to the next level. You didn't take it to more of a commitment. What you did do was enjoy what you had at the moment. But Sagittarius, now you are here kicking yourself pretty much in the ass, trying to say, if I do it now, what can I do differently? I don't want to just have my cake and eat it too. I want more than that. I realized a long time ago that it wasn't enough for me to just have somebody sometimes. It wasn't enough for me to just see somebody here and there. I didn't know how to walk away from what I had to go get what it was that I wanted. I didn't want to hurt people or hurt children or hurt family. I didn't want to make a bad name for myself because of my choices and decisions. I couldn't help myself because I fell in love with someone else. I couldn't help myself because I was destined and driven to my soulmate, to my twin flame, to my partner. Had I known this person existed in the first place, had I known it would connect this way, maybe I wouldn't have made the choices and decisions that I made prior to being with this person. Your partner is very, very concerned. Now, just a second. Just a second. Okay, so they're not going anywhere. Sagittarius, your partner, they're not wanting to go anywhere. They're hanging around, but they're tired of just hanging around. They need some kind of action. They need some kind of word. They need some kind of affirmation. They need some type of sign, so to speak. They need to know that you mean what you say and you're saying what you mean. They need to know that they're not waiting for nothing. They need to know how you truly feel. They're carrying around a lot of burdens. Sagittarius, your partner, the one you're in love with, is carrying around so much weight from a past situation. This person is taking a lot of responsibility for the relationship when, in fact, Sagittarius, you need to become accountable for something. Sagittarians, you need to become accountable for something. It wasn't all your partner. I'm sorry. It was not all your partner. It was not. Sagittarius, you have somebody feeling very sad and missing you terribly. Or Sagittarius, this is you missing somebody. Who is banging at my door? Somebody's banging at my door. Excuse me for 1 second. don't know. I don't know who that is, but they can wait. I'm not bothered. So Sagittarius, either you are missing somebody very much or very sad about somebody, or you're wanting to make different choices and decisions where relationships are concerned. But somebody is truly brokenhearted and missing you terribly, or you are terribly brokenhearted and missing somebody, or it's both of you. Some of you are just asking for another chance, just one more chance in the month of December. You're really hoping that something's going to change. You're really hoping that there's going to be some type of communication, something that's going to break the ice, something that's going to finally give you the relief that you need, something that's finally going to allow you to demonstrate how you truly feel. There is going to be love and romance coming for you, Sagittarius. There's love and romance coming for you. I also see you only wanting to be with this one person. There is love only with one person, or this one person only has love for you. I feel like sometimes you're very defensive, Sagittarius. You are very defensive. For some of you, it could be your partner, but for most of you, it is you, Sagittarius, who is trying to be guarded, who's trying to not show everything that you feel, who's doing everything in your power not to give in to a situation because you're afraid that it's going to hurt. You're afraid that it won't turn out the way you want it to. You're afraid, maybe even to get caught. Maybe you're more afraid of getting caught than anything because you don't want to hurt other people. Maybe when you were caught up in this relationship before, you weren't sure how it would affect other people. You didn't even care. You didn't think about it. When you got into that relationship, you were so much in love with this person. Nothing else mattered. Nothing else mattered. But now, since you had space, since you had some time, since you were broken up, since you were apart, since there was distance, now you're starting to think a little more clearer. Now you're worried that you don't want to hurt somebody else. Now you're worried about, how do I do this? Now you're worried because you know that you're in love with this person. You know you're in love with this person. There is no doubt in my mind that you're in love with this person who's missing you so much. And you don't know what to do about it. You don't know what to do about it. But you don't want to let them go. You're trying to come up with an answer. It's going to take you a little bit of time, but the answer, look at that, it's crazy here. Your answer is right in front of you. Your answer is right there. You just need to put the right things together. In other words, you need to put the right words together. You need to get the right situation together. You need to get the timing right. You need this situation around you, the people, the places, the things, wherever you are, it has to be just right. It can't be a little bit off. It can't be a little bit this way. It can't be a little bit that way. It has to be literally right there. It has to all be put down properly. It's not going to happen, Sag, when you want it to happen. It's going to happen when God says, okay, it's lined up. All the work I've done behind the scenes for you is coming this way. It's going to matter. It's going to make a difference. For some of you, you say, should I leave? Should I stay? Do I give up? Is it ever going to work out? What am I waiting for? Yeah, it's really hard when your faith gets weak and you can't see anything in front of you. That's like, for myself, here's an instance. It's not even hypothetical. It's true. So if I say, right here is my grandmother, but you tell me you can't see her. Okay, but I see her. I feel her. I know she's there. It's just like God. I don't see him, but I feel him. I know he's there. So it's the same thing with love and what's coming towards you. Maybe you can't see it, but it doesn't mean it's not there. It doesn't mean it's not being worked on. It doesn't mean it's not in your favor. It doesn't mean it won't happen. But I will tell you, like I said in another video, you will reap what you sow. If you put out good, you'll get back good. If you put out protection, distraction, anger, hurt, pain, you're going to get that back. Listen, who am I? You don't have to listen to me. You don't have to listen to me. But when I'm right and you come back because I was right, then we'll talk. But for now, it has to be your decision. Sagittarius, you have to decide. Where's your faith? You have to remember, what was the promise? Either you or your partner, Sagittarius. What was the promise that you made to God? If you let this person come back to me, I'll do this and this for you, God. If you bring somebody back, then I will do this or that. Are you ready to keep your end of the bargain? If your person did come back, did you keep your end of the bargain? You can't barter and not show up for it. For some of you, you are definitely trying to do some meditation, or you are trying to start praying, or you are trying to start saying positive things out to the universe. You must speak in order to manifest. A lot of people don't have a clue about manifesting. Not a minute by the clock. If you want to manifest, you have to feel what you're manifesting. You have to believe it's already here. You have to feel it over and over and over. It's like the 555 method. If you're not familiar with 555 method, you must write it down 57 times what you want to happen and believe that it's already happened. So you thank the universe in advance. Thank you for all the money that you gave me. Thank you for taking me out of debt. Thank you for making me so happy. Thank you for paying all my bills. Thank you. It feels wonderful to be debt-free. If you do it that way and put love in that, write it 57 times. And you got to write it for, I think it's 5 days. So, or it's 55 days. No, it's 55 days. Sorry. 55 days. 57 times. I think that's right. Or is it 50? I'll get back to you on that. But anyway, that's how you got to do it. So you got to manifest. You got to manifest. And you got to put positive out there. Now, last card for you is the Ace of Pentacles. So you know what, pretty much? This relationship, what you're wanting, it's right there. You're almost able to bring it to you. You can reach it. You can touch it. Meaning you can see it, you can speak it, you can feel it. Now, in order for you to have it, you need to believe it. So, that's your December 2020.